Hi everyone, this is iCraft, and today I have another tutorial for you guys. I know it's been a while, but I just recently uploaded a bracelet video, and I thought why not do another 3D charm. So I designed this last week, and I call them 3D character spheres. And I have designed a Winnie the Pooh, a Mickey Mouse, and a Minnie Mouse, but today I'll show you how to do Winnie the Pooh because it's just easier. And this Mickey Mouse that you see here is not the finished product. I don't have that on camera, but the finished product does not have that black stripe running through the red, and doesn't have that red band hanging off either. Also, the ears are easier to make now that I have modified it, and I modified it while editing the video, which is why you can't see it now. So, today I'm going to show you how to do the Winnie the Pooh one. This might be kind of a long intro. There's some things I need to go over, but hopefully it's not too long. Also, this video might be long altogether. This is a fairly advanced design, as I say later in the video, I believe. But yeah, so I was inspired by my really good friend on Instagram. Her username is @loomlife_Mickey, so I'd really appreciate if you gave her a follow for me. She created these really adorable character donuts. They're so tiny and they're just so easy to make. I think someone else on Instagram, I don't know her user, but I think someone else created like a different kind of donut, but I do believe this is @loomlife_Mickey's design. And I wanted to do a cupcake, but it just turned out like this. So you should definitely check out her Instagram and give her a follow. So I really love this design. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up and follow me so you know when I put out the Mickey Mouse tutorial. So without further ado, let's get started with the materials that you will need.
Okay, so here are the things you'll be needing, and I'm refilming this halfway through the video, so that's fun. And so today you'll be needing a rainbow loom or any type of loom. You'll also be needing a hook. I recommend using a metal tipped hook because there is some high tension. You'll also need bands in the colors of red and yellow or yellow jelly. I'll be using yellow jelly. The way that the colors turn out, there is less yellow, otherwise you'll get a stripe like on the Mickey Mouse. And so you'll need 26 yellow for the body and 14 yellow for the ears. So altogether you're going to be needing 40 yellow and 44 red. So I just wanted to make that quick, so now we can get started. So the whole time you're going to have your loom's arrows pointing towards you, so downwards. And we're just going to start somewhere in our loom. I'm going to do the middle, and we're going to be making his little ears. So for this you're going to be needing yellow, but of course you don't have to make it yellow and red, but that's just what I'm going to do. And again, I'm using jelly yellow. So first you're going to take 2 bands at a time, and you're going to just go down. And you're not going to need that many pins, only like this many. So it doesn't really matter. And I personally like his ears this size, but I'm going to be using cap bands, but you can just use 2 bands at a time if you'd like. Not sure what that will look like, but you can always try it. And also, jelly bands make it a lot easier to stretch because they just like jump back to their shape. So to make a cap band, if you don't know, it's just 1 band twisted around itself. And you're going to go downwards with that. And then you're going to go from that pin diagonally to this one. So you're kind of going to be making like a parallelogram, I guess, if you know what that is. And now you're just going, it's a diamond. We're going to be making a diamond. Sorry. Okay. Now you're going to go through this pin to this pin. And if you notice that I'm using a different background, I am. And I think it makes it a lot better. And next we're going to be just closing off, so go vertically on these 2 pins. Again, a cap band. So you're using 1 band just wrapped around itself. And I didn't do it that time. But this band is 2 bands at a time. That's the only one, because that's how you attach it to the body. And I don't know why I sound so different in this video. I just do. So now you're going to take one band, and it doesn't really matter how many times you wrap it around. I'm going to do 3 times. Next, you're going to need your hook. So you're just going to go inside the cap band and hook up the first band, and it's going to go vertically. And this is where you have to be careful because your bands might break, which is why I'm going to be using jelly. Then hook the next band. And then you're going to hook this band diagonally. And then you're going to just go vertically. Sorry, because I use my iPhone, whenever I focus the camera, it's like, it shakes. And now you're going to hook these double bands upwards. And there's pretty high tension in this pin, but my bands didn't break. So now you're just going to take everything off your loom, except for this top pin. And this is what you should get, a little ear. And now you're going to just do the same thing. So I'm not going to talk during this, but I'm not going to fast forward to go off camera. So just repeat that same exact thing and make another ear. Just start on the pin below where you started. Now you're going to scoot up to the very top of your loom just because this is where I like to do it. And I'm actually not going to be using the top. I'm just going to use these pins right there. And this part is where we're going to start making him. So, oops, sorry about that. It's not too hard, but yeah, so that was just my chair, I'm sorry. So for this, you're going to be making kind of a starburst. So you're going to take 2 bands at a time for this part, and you're going to go around. Like this. 2 bands at a time. And you want to use yellow. And you're just going to make a hexagon shape like I did. Sorry if I didn't say that. And now you're going to be doing the starburst, but don't go ahead because we have to add the ears. And the way you add the ears is pretty unique, I think. It was really hard to come up with it because I had to make it so that they wouldn't be sideways. Otherwise, like on Mickey Mouse, the ears would look like that and it would look really weird. So you're going to do parts of the starburst, so you're going to go upwards. And we're making that part right there at the top. And so you're going to go upwards. And now you're going to want to take one of your ears, so you can just pull it off. And it should stay on. And you're going to not want to fold it over, you want to just open it like that. And you want to flip it so that the ear's pointing upwards. Now go to your loom and you're going to put it between this pin and that pin right there. And I did the hexagon farther up than I said I was going to. So it should be pointing upwards. If it's not, it's okay because you can just turn it around, but you should have it pointing up like this. So hopefully that made sense. Basically, you just split the double bands between these 2 pins. And now you're going to add more to your starburst. So just ignore that the ear's even there and put your bands right on top. like that. And the ears, that's how you attach it. Like that. So now you're gonna add the one like that. So you should only have 4 done. And now you're gonna want to repeat with your other ear. So you're going to grab the double bands, make sure it doesn't slip through or anything. Turn it so that it's pointing upwards and split it between these 2 pins. 1, 2. So it should be sitting right across from your other ear. And now we're going to add the other part of the starburst. Two bands at a time, as always. Okay. Now you're going to want to take 2 more bands and make a cap band. So this might be kind of difficult. But to make it easier, first you're going to want to grab your ear. Just grab it and pull it out. And then you're going to pull it out and upwards. So it should be around this, it should be right here around that band. And if that is too difficult, another way to do it, take your hook, grab, find where this band is, grab it, and pull it over the pin. Like that. So hopefully that made sense, but it should now be around these 2 bands right there. And just repeat in the other side. I personally just like pulling it out and upwards. And if your bands fall off the pin, they probably won't, but if they do, then you can just put it back on. And now you can add your cap bands. So I'm just going to wrap it around like 2 or 3 times. And the reason why we do that is so the ears are pointing in the right direction. So it kind of has to be difficult. But yeah, just try to do your cap band. And if you can't get the ears right on the first try, then just keep trying because eventually it will work. And now you're just going to hook outwards like a normal starburst. So go inside your cap band. Might be kind of difficult, but find the top 2 bands underneath the cap band and hook them outwards to where they belong. Sorry, my throat was getting scratchy. So now we're going to continue looping outwards. Sorry if I don't explain this well enough, but it's just a basic starburst. Totally ignore the ears. And once you first hook the first part of it, the cap band should be more secure. So it might not fall. It will probably not fall off now, but it might before. So just keep going like this. I'm just gonna go like keep hooking the top 2 bands. It ends up going counterclockwise. And someone just tagged me in a post on Instagram, but I guess they deleted it or something. And now we're going to be hooking around. So I'm going to be hooking clockwise. But, basically, you're hooking the opposite way that you place the bands. So I'm not sure if I went off camera. Sorry if I did, but this might be kind of difficult because there's a lot of bands. But just keep going around. The tension should not be too bad. And I've actually tried to film these tutorials before. This is the farthest I've gone because I always mess up. Just keep going. Sorry if I block it. And if the ears get like caught under, just grab them and pull them upwards. Like that. And this design must grow upwards, otherwise it's going to be inside out. And I've tried to pull it inside out, or outside in, and it is so difficult. It's not even funny how difficult it is. So now this part can be kind of tricky because you're going to be expanding, like poofing up the bands. And this technique is from Crafting Fantastic or Feel and Spiffing. So, this color really depends, like it doesn't matter what color you do really, but, I find that it looks the best if you do the next color, so I'm going to be doing red. Otherwise, that's how you get this stripe, because this band right here is the poofing band. So if you don't mind the red stripe, that's just going to be a yellow stripe, then you can do yellow. But I'm going to do red. You could probably also, like, alternate. I'm not really sure how that would turn out, though. So you're going to take 2 bands of whatever color you're using, and I think I'm done with my yellow bands, so you don't even need those anymore. So yeah, I'm going to use red for this. Like on this one, you see these bands are the poofing bands. So I'm going to use red, and you're going to take 2 bands at a time. And you're going to stick your hook down in the pin and grab the bands and pull them through. Like that. And now you want to just pull hard. So this should be off of the pin. And now you want to put whatever is on your hook onto that same pin. Sorry if you heard that, the doorbell just rang. Hopefully that made sense to you, by the way. So just repeat that, go all the way around. I'll zoom in. Okay. And now, oops. If it falls off like mine just did, it's perfectly fine. Just put it back on. So once again, you're going to stick your hook down into that pin and grab the 2 red bands and pull them through. And the band should be replaced on your hook, and then pull these yellow bands off. Whatever's on the pin, just pull it off. Make sure you don't do it too early, like I did. And now just put whatever's on your hook, those double bands, on the pin. Like that. And it might look kind of strange, but that's how it's supposed to look. So now you're just going to go all the way around. If it helps, you can drop the 2 bands on the pin and then grab them. And mine just fell off, but that can be fixed, like I just fixed it. And then grab the bands down, and then hook them back to where they were on the pin, and now you can just pull it off like that. Basically, whichever way is easier for you to do. Okay, so I just realized my phone was not recording that last bit, but that's okay. So just keep going. Hopefully you understand it by now. If not, feel free to just pause. Keep trying. But yeah, hopefully you don't mess up and have to start over. Just keep trying. It does get easier as you go along. And I don't know, I think this part's kind of fun because you get to pull it off the pins. And you feel power. I don't know. Okay. So, the top one's the hardest. You have to be extremely careful. And it cut me off saying that. So, I wasn't recording. I did not get to tell you that. But the top pin's harder because there's loose bands. And it could actually all fall apart. But just try your best. I mean, yeah. So now it should look like this. It looks kind of strange, but you want to push all of your bands down. And now you want to take your hook and grab the cat band that we placed. It's right here with your hook and just pull it upwards. And just like put your hook underneath and just pop it up. So it should not be on the peg anymore. this is going to help us because it needs to grow upwards. Now, we are going to be doing more normal, like going around and hooking. So I am going to be doing 2 rows and then 1 different kind of row, but that just gives me the shape that I like. Doesn't really matter. And if you notice, it's kind of a weird shape. It's not exactly a sphere, but if you do like more squishing, it is. And so you're just going to take 2 red bands at a time, and starting anywhere on, you're going to go around counterclockwise, I guess, and just go around the perimeter. And I do recommend using red, otherwise you'll get an uneven look. So you, yeah, you can change it, but then you'll get the red stripe, as I might have mentioned before. Or actually, it'll be a yellow stripe. Two bands at a time. This just gives it a thicker look. I haven't tried it with single bands, so I don't really know how that would look. But now it should look like this, and you're going to just pull the bottom 4 bands over. Make sure you don't confuse them. So if you push the bands down enough, it should be a clean divide like that. So you're just going to grab the 4 bands, which are the bands that we puffed it up with, and pull that over. And then just keep going all the way around. So it helps if you've done more 3D things before. You can also actually go in and see the bands, like you can see it's coming out from there, and then just grab those and pull it over, kind of like that. So yeah, you don't have to grab them all at once, but you can do like 2 at a time or all at a time. And I have done so many 3D things, but yeah. And also, if it just sits right back on the cap bands, you can pull it up again. And don't pull too hard on the ears, but you can tug on them a tiny bit. Now we're just going to do 1 row of that again. So we should have 2 rows total. Although you can't really count the rows, but yeah. So on the finished product, these are the drop bands. This is 1 row, 2 row, and then the final row is this. Oops, I put it in the wrong side. Okay, so the lighting is weird, but yeah. So sorry that I might have been an interruption, but we're just gonna keep laying bands around. Also, just a side note, I am super close to 500 followers on Instagram, so thank you so much for that. Cause I just got like a bunch of new followers, so thought I would mention that. And if one side's lopsided, like the ear is sticking out like weird, then you might have to pull the cap band off of the pin again, or just pop it up with your hook or something. Okay, so double bands all the way around. And now you have to pull the bottom 4 bands over the top, like we did before. And this is easier probably because the bands are more condensed, so you can definitely tell what's on the bottom. The hardest is the very top pin, but if you've done as many happy vegetables as I have, then it's still not hard. And sometimes I can't grab them all at the same time, but that's okay. As long as you pull the 4 bands over, and then you're good. So I forgot this pin, oops. like that. And just pull it up. I like to use my hook just because I can get a better grip on everything. And now we're just going to do our final layer. So this time we're going to be going all the way around again, but we're going to be using capped bands. So one band wrapped around itself. Just be careful with this. This helps to get the rounded off bottom, so it's not like a weird shape, basically. I personally like to wrap the band around my hook and then place it on because it doesn't hurt your fingers as much. Okay, last band. And this might be kind of a long video. Now you're going to pull the bottom 4 bands over the top again. This is also easy because there's a big difference between normal, like 2 bands at a time, and doubled bands, so you can see a difference. In color and in, like, look, I guess. Oops. I think I was blocking it the whole time, but I don't really know. Like that, and then just pull it up again. And now we're going to take it off. So this is like 50 times easier if you have a latch hook, but because not everyone does, of course, I'm going to show you how to take it off normally. And the lighting is like really pastel. I kind of like it. And so for this, you're going to be taking 4 bands. Just put 1 on your hook. Or 2 bands on your hook, and take 2 more, pull it through. And the way of taking it off the loom is inspired by Crafting Fantastic or Feelin' Spiffy. And just make a slip knot now. Like that. And give it a big old stretch. Like that. So now, what we're gonna do is this kind of tricky. Put your hook in this pin through all those bands, and then pull the end of this through. This is going to be called our threading band. So yeah, now just pull it through. Ooh, I just got a follower. Okay. And now pull it off the loom, but just this one. Okay. And you're just gonna wanna, there's 2 ends, just put one end like right on this pin, and then pull the other end. Now on this pin, you're going to insert your hook and pull through the end of the threading band, the one that's not on the pin. The one that was like, that you were holding. Pull that through. And it might get caught on the knot right there, but now you can make sure it's secured on your finger and pull that off. You're just gonna do the same thing all the way around. So insert your hook in the pin, grab the threading band through, pull it, and then pull the bands off of that one pin. Now you want to make sure that it's like this, that it's not turning itself inside out. It probably won't, but that's happened to me before, and it was just really, really difficult. I'm gonna keep doing that all the way around. And the reason this video might be long is just because it's 3D. It's very difficult obviously I have to show you correctly. Yeah. These videos are probably all going to be long. Okay. And this threading band is probably too long, but better long than too short. So now I've done all of them, and just take the end of the threading band that was on your hook and pull it off. And then just make a slip knot. Or I'm actually going to tie these in a knot because slip knots are just more difficult because there's a lot of bands in the way stopping it. So just give your bands a stretch. Because that will make it easier. And just like you're tying your shoes. And do that one more time. Before you tied them in a knot, you could have stuffed it, but it doesn't need to be stuffed, so why would you? It's all personal preference, really. There's a lot of customization that is possible with this design. You can also use your hook to help you out. And now you can tuck it in. So just stick your hook anywhere inside and just pull it through. And my band just broke, but it's okay because it's been secured enough that if it breaks, it's not even a big deal. So yeah, it's definitely a possibility that it will break. If it does, just ignore it. Just kind of weave it through as best as you can. And now because this end's broken, what you can do is just break it. Or cut it with a scissor. But I just easily broke it. And now this is what we have. So to fix it, you can just smush it. Squeeze it. And I kind of like the way it turned out more with the jelly, I think. I don't know why, but I think it just helps the shape because they definitely are different shapes. This one is more spherical. As you can see, because the jelly bands are stretchier, this top is more cinched. So much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and that it helped you out. If you were able to make this successfully and just love this design as much as I do, then please give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe so you know when Mickey Mouse will be up and also Minnie Mouse. Don't forget to comment down below or tell me on Instagram what new character design you want me to make because, oops, I really like this design and I think Hello Kitty would be really cute. If you think so as well, then comment that because I'm trying to make it work. I'm not sure if it will though. So, once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!